Welcome to another episode of Time Out with Ayo Bello. I'm super excited to have you on here. If you're just returning, if you're a returning subscriber, if you're seeing this for the very first time, welcome. My name is Ayo Bello Awodoyin, and I'm making this beautiful video from the ancient city of Ile-Ife, which is in southwestern part of Nigeria, just about 218 kilometers northeast of Lagos. I want to welcome you to my channel. Thanks for subscribing. Thanks for the likes, for the shares, for the comments. Thank you. I had a very beautiful week, regardless of the holidays. I mean, apart from the holidays, I had beautiful time with my family. You know, I spent time bonding, and then also Nigerians, happy Democracy Day. It was Democracy Day yesterday, and you know, it was good that there was a very good level of security. I know that there were breaches here and there, but hopefully we'll get there. And then also it was my anniversary, so I spent time with my husband, with my family, and it was beautiful. I mean, 1 year down the line. I'm still going to make a vlog about the process of introduction and then court wedding process in Nigeria. Just be hooked on, and then hopefully you will get all those information. And then yes, it was a very beautiful day. June 12th was the day we officially, you know, became one, and then we spent it having fun, eating, and then doing lots of gymnastics in the other room. It was a very beautiful one. That was how my week was spent. So I'll be discussing something very important today. It's something that relates to everybody, male, female, young, old, you know, everybody. And it's as a result of a couple of my personal experiences, and you know, some of the things that I have even seen online in the past few days. I'll be discussing friendship. Friendship, yes, that's the word. Friendship, or rare friendship. You know, this week I saw it online. I think it was on Instablog, and then I think somebody posted that Instablog posted that Tonto Dike's friend gave her 2 million naira, and people were like, wow. I was reading through the comment section. In fact, one particular lady had to tag all her friends and say, see your mate, or see what friends are doing, or see what they are doing. When are you going to do it for me? You know, that was, you know, that was very beautiful. And then also on Your View, I watched when Eniola Badmus was the host, and then when she came in, she was talking about her relationship with Funke Akindele, and at some point she was like, Funke and I are no longer friends. Funke is like Ishon Rumi, you know, the meat that connects the head and the neck. At what point can somebody actually describe you as that, to say that you are Ishon of the person? Or is it that anybody that describes you as Ishon will just be gented? So that's what we'll be discussing on this episode. 4th episode, we'll be discussing friendship. Okay, so you know, as we always do, we need to find out the definition of key terms, and the term here today is friendship. And how does the dictionary describe friendship? It's basically a social relationship between two or more persons that has to do with some level of intimacy. Then also the dictionary meaning of a friend, one says that a person with whom one is vaguely or indirectly acquainted with. Another one says a person who backs or supports something. You know, there are lots and lots of definition of description of who a friend is. To me, I feel a friend basically is just somebody who someone who is there for you, somebody you're vulnerable with, somebody you feel safe with, somebody who is more of a safe space to you, and you can be vulnerable. I think vulnerability is basically what friendship is to me. If I'm vulnerable with you, you are my very good friend. So I'll be taking you through the journey or through the types of friendship, because I've had many people, even when I'm doing counseling, they ask me, okay, my friend did this, my friend did that. Okay, we used to be friends, and all of a sudden this person isn't talking to me anymore. Is it as a result of class disparity, or is it because everybody is busy? You know, why is this person giving me some sort of attitude? So I'm going to be taking you through the characteristics of a friend, you know, what you should expect from somebody, or basically why some of your expectations about a particular friend is not so realistic. So first of all, we have strangers. Strangers are people you don't even know, you don't have any form of awareness about who they are or what they are. You have no idea about them. And we meet strangers every day while we go out, you know, in our daily interaction. Even on social media, we meet strangers on social media. So strangers are basically just there, but we see them within our social space, within our physical space. Acquaintances basically are people you just meet based on maybe some inevitable conditioning. For instance, maybe you are in school in your year 1, you get to the hostel, and then you have a bunkmate or you have roommates, and then automatically people just assume that they are friends, which is not true. You know, I've actually experienced that, and I want to believe that many of us have experienced that. You know, you bask in the euphoria of your admission, of the fact that you sleep together, you work together, and then you begin to form this relationship. You tell people you're friends, and along the line there's a fight, and then you both are not talking together anymore, or basically everybody knows about whatever it is that must have transpired between you both. That sort of relationship cannot be referred to as friendship. That is basically having an acquaintance by what word do I use? Maybe by luck or by chance, or as a result of events. Yeah, basically as a result of events. That is how you have been stationed or made to connect to each other. Such a person can remain an acquaintance. An acquaintance also can be your colleague at work. They are privy to some of your information because you get to work together, you get to see each other every day. They have fair knowledge about you, you know, where you come from, your location, your faith, and all of that. So those are basically acquaintances, and you'll be making a lot of mistakes to assume that an acquaintance is a friend. And that is one of the reasons why many are heartbroken, and many are also going through a lot. You hear people saying that, I don't have friends in this life. Me, oh Lore, I don't have friends. I don't relate with anybody. I'm always on my own. That's a lie. Everybody has a friend. And then moving on, we can talk about casual friends. Yeah, so casual friends have grown from acquaintances. These are people, okay, you have spent time conversing with each other, you know each other's house, you've exchanged visits, you know, they have some knowledge, you know, extra knowledge beyond what an acquaintance know. You have built the relationship. That is basically casual friend. And then we move to close friend. Close friend is somebody you have had some sort of emotional investment with. You know that this person, you're reliable, they're reliable, you're also reliable anyway to the person. The person considers you to be dependable and reliable, and the person also exchanges that characteristics towards you too. You know that, okay, this person got my back, this is my go-to person. So your close friend is somebody you are very, very close to. You have invested emotionally, you have shared lots of information with each other, you have exchanged lots of laughters and possibly some tears with each other. That is who you can call a close friend. And then we move to intimate friend. Intimate friend is like the last rank of the pyramid of friendship. An intimate friend is somebody you have spent so much with. The person knows your family, you're vulnerable with the person, you can tell the person anything. The person has your best interest at heart. The person is willing to go down for you. The person is willing to share opportunities for you. The person is willing to protect you even when you're not aware. You have lots of beautiful fights with such a person. The person got your back, got your family's back. You know, the person is looking forward to the best of your career. Now, in your mind, strategically position people in all of these 5 classes of social interaction or social relationships. And now I feel from this you'll be able to tell why it looks like some people are not giving you the same vibe or the same energy, because you are basically categorizing them or putting them in places they do not belong. So it is best when you know that this person is an acquaintance. Being an acquaintance is not a demeaning position. You know, if somebody calls you an acquaintance too, you don't have to take an offense. Yes, if you expect that somebody has to be close to you and the person puts you in the position of an acquaintance, then that's what you have to the person. It would be unfair, and it would be so out of place to assume that you're an intimate friend with someone when you're just an acquaintance. I think we need to learn to also know our place. So, but all of these categories basically is what we term friend. And I think the word friend has actually been used so much that people have been hurt immeasurably. So I hear people say, okay, my friend did this to me. I'm like, are you sure this person is your friend? A friend snatched their boyfriend. That is not your friend. That is just an acquaintance that has been privy to some information about your guy and then had to snatch your guy. An intimate friend will not do that to you. A close friend will not do that to you. And even if you have somebody you're very close with and somehow the person betrayed you, the foundation of that friendship was definitely not right. The fact that you grew up together in the same environment, or is my childhood friend. You know, people actually make friends based on different things. You just feel if somebody has similar interests with you, the person is your friend. Just like babies, children. Oh, do you like purple crayons? Yes, I do. And then because there is something binding them together, they feel they are friends, which is not true. This is real life. As adults, you know, it goes beyond that. And the thing is, not too many people make it into the category of intimate friendship, because it takes a lot of emotional investment, it takes a lot of time, it takes a lot of experiences, it takes lots of fighting back and forth. I hear people also say that, okay, it is who is there for me that I can call my friend. You also need to also check yourself, because people are quick to point fingers to say, oh, my friend is, who are you? What kind of friend are you? What kind of vibe are you also giving out? You need to nurture your friendship. You can't be a bad friend and expect to be a good wife or to be a good husband. In fact, if you're dating somebody, it is best to check the kind of friends they have for you to know how they can how to actually deal with them. For you, it goes a long way to tell the kind of persons they have. You know, it is very important that people can sustain relationships. I have respect for people that know how to nurture relationships. Like, I have premium respect for them. You know how to exchange communication, you know how to build, you know how to sense. Even as Christians, have you developed yourself to a point where you can sense it in your spirit that my friend is troubled, and then you begin to pray for the person? That was the case of Job. Job left his problems and then he prayed for his friends. And it was at that time he encountered a supernatural turnaround. God does not just connect us with people for no reason. There is no connection or meeting in this life that is by accident. And that is why one of the things the devil does to actually distract people from fulfilling purpose or getting to the point they ought to be is to break connections. The person that is supposed to help you, all of a sudden you just don't like the person. That person, you feel like, I don't just like this person. Find out really if you truly do not like that person. At that time, you just see somebody and say, my spirit and this person's spirit does not relate. My spirit and this person's spirit doesn't vibe. You know, those things are actually things to be watched out. To be watched, rather. You need to really take cognizance of such vibes and such people. My husband and I were having a conversation while I was telling him that I want to discuss friendship. And then when I saw that Tontodike video of somebody giving out 2 million, we now started checking. I asked my husband, I said, how many of your friends can give you 2 million? Say, oh my God, Tayo, you're amazing. Just take this 2 million. And he was like, you know, and then I want to believe that that person that did that to Tontodike has to be an intimate friend where they have shared lots of experiences and some moments together. I was also talking about a friend, you know, we've actually worked together. Even when I started my NGO, this person has been there. We've been working together. And I remember that when I gave birth, this person credited I'm trying to say this person so that you don't know if it's female or male. And this person credited my bank to say, okay, Ayo, I'm sorry I won't be able to make it down to the naming ceremony. Take this token. In fact, the person said token. And when I received the alert, I was like, what? This was what we prayed for when we were growing, though. This was what we prayed for. You know, that time you just say, okay, I want all my friends, you know, we just take a vacation, we go out, we hang out, you know, having such visions. And then when I saw the alert, I was like, this person sent me this money. Wow. Not because I don't think the person can make the money, but I'm just so excited that we have grown to that point where we can now bless each other without feeling it, you know, without it being much of a headache. And it didn't just start one day. It didn't just start. It was as a result of growth. So it is important that you nurture your friendships. If you feel like, okay, you are not in a relationship or you are having bad relationship, when I say relationships, or maybe you're dating somebody, I think you should check how you deal with your friends. If you do not respect your friends, if you do not value your friends, there's no way you can end up valuing your life partner. You know, people say you need to marry your friend. People say love is not enough, friendship and all of that. But at the same time, you see two people and then you ask them, is that your boyfriend? Is that your guy? Is that our wife? And they say, no, 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 we are just friends. So there's nothing between us. You know, so friendship is very, very unique, and it is something God loves. Remember, God called Abraham his friend. They shared lots of information together. So even if you have a friend who is not communicating, or who has gone haywire, or who has done something wrong to you, I think it is imperative that you forgive. Forgiveness is not when somebody comes to ask you for an apology to say, okay, I'm sorry. Sometimes you have to forgive somebody even before they recognize that what they did to you was bad. You know, as Christians and as somebody who loves God and who is immersed in God and his love and his laws and all of that, you need to learn to forgive. You need to be in love with your friends, not necessarily romantically involved, but you need to be in love with your friends. You need to watch out for them. You need to love them. Come with me to the Bible. Let me show you some of the scriptures that actually supports friendship and also talks about the importance of friendship. You know, we have Proverbs 17:17, and it says, a friend loveth at all times. A friend loveth at all, not sometimes, not when they feel like, not when they are in the mood, not I beg, everybody is busy, everybody did their day. A friend loveth at all times, and a brother is born for adversity. Another says, that's Proverbs 18:24. It says, one who has unreliable friends soon comes to ruin, but there is a friend who sticks closer than a brother. There is a friend who sticks closer than a brother. Also, Proverbs 12:26 also says, the righteous chooses their friends carefully. So you need to choose your friends carefully. You don't say, okay, because we're in the same hostel, or because we met at NYSC camp, or because this person is a mutual friend of a mutual friend, and then you bring them into your close space. So even before a stranger can graduate to being an acquaintance, there need to be some factors you need to put in place. You need to ensure that the kind of people you deal with are people that are morally upright. I have people who say, I have different friends. I have friends for Faji. I have friends for career. I have friends for this. I have friends. I think you should put them where they belong. They're not all friends. I just think the word friend has been bastardized. So you need to be able to say, okay, this is an acquaintance, this is a close friend, this is a casual friend, and this is an intimate friend. I hope I have been able to teach you something. I hope I've been able to educate you. I just want to keep this short, and you know, as the word friendship was pressing in my heart, I decided to share with you. So I want to give you a challenge this week. Reach out to a friend that has been beautiful, that has been amazing to you, and you know, send them a text message, send them something beautiful. You don't need to wait for International Friends Day, or wait for Valentine's Day, or wait for when they give birth, or wait for when it's their birthday. Appreciate your friend today. Post them on your WhatsApp status. You know, your I know there are times where acquaintances get jealous, and then they want to be in that category of an intimate friend. Rome wasn't built in a day. It takes time. You know, it takes lots of emotional investment. If you are not a giver, there's no way you can basically have friends. You need to give your time, you need to give your energy, you need to give out your talent, you need to share. There has to be lots of exchange when it comes to friendship. And trust me, if you can cultivate and nurture your friendships very well, getting married, having something more substantial would not be too difficult for you. It takes some level of emotional intelligence, you know, to have lasting friendship and relationships. If you are the type that, you know, you are friends with this person, you fight, and then it just dies like that, that's basically not the best. I also want to beg you, if you have friendships that were so intimate and then something happened along the way, I think this is the time to reconcile. Just take it off your mind, reach out to the person, check out on the person. Remember, people do not need to apologize before you forgive them. It is your duty to forgive people that offend you. So try not to offend people, because forgiveness can be very difficult. So don't put somebody in a situation, in a tight situation where they have no choice than to forgive you. Remember, the Bible also says that love your neighbor as yourself. I mean, if the Bible demands that you love your neighbor as yourself, then how much more your friend? how much more your friend? So love is the greatest commandment of all. You need to intensely love your friend. I hope this has blessed you. Thank you very much for tuning in. Please follow me on Instagram, Ayo_Bello. Follow me on Facebook. Follow me everywhere. Subscribe, share. Please share this with your friends so they can also share with their acquaintances, their casual friends, their close friends, and also their intimate friends. Bye. I love you. Mwah.